What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Credit Plug channel. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. And for those of you who have already been supporting our channel, we appreciate it very much. So on the Credit Plug channel, we talk about everything credit, how to build credit, how to establish relationships with financial institutions, and how to get you access to high limit funding. So today's video, I wanted to talk about uh, how to build credit long term with store cards. And there are a couple different ways. Overall, I'm not the biggest fan of having store cards just to have them, unless there's a strategic reason why you may have that particular card. For example, if you're shopping somewhere pretty frequently, there are definitely good store cards that you can get. So it's all dependent on what your spending habits are, where you go to shop. But I wouldn't recommend having just a bunch if you're not really going to utilize them. However, there are store cards that you could utilize that have a long-term advantage. So I'm going to first start off one that's a really good option, and that's the Target Red Card. So that gives you 5% cash back or 5% saving, because you don't actually ever get the cash back. It's basically just 5% off all Target purchases. And then they also have free delivery. I believe it's over $100. You can get free delivery. So one of the benefits of the Target Red Card is that you can get approved for it with a rebuilding or fair credit profile. So you don't necessarily need excellent credit to get the Target Red Card. And one of the benefits, the Target Red Card has regular credit limit increases. So as long as you're using it and making the minimum payment. One of the features that is really good about the Target Red Card that a lot of people don't know is that the Target Red Card can actually upgrade to a Target MasterCard. And so the Target MasterCard, you could use it anywhere, even outside of Target. So that usually comes once you've had the Target Red Card for at least a year. There's other data points to suggest that sometimes it can take up to 2 years before you're upgraded from the normal Target Red Card, which you can only make purchases at Target, to the Target MasterCard. And the Target Red Card is underwritten by TD Bank. And so that's one of the key features, because by the time you've built up a relationship with the regular Target Red Card, and your credit has increased, you're more likely to get an invitation to upgrade to the Target MasterCard with a much higher limit. So that's one of the reasons why I suggest Target. I personally actually shop there a lot, so I use it a lot. So that's the Target Red Card. Next, I wanted to talk about, and this is another card that's underwritten by TD Bank, and that's the Nordstrom. So Nordstrom has a credit, very similar. They have a Nordstrom store credit card, and you can also upgrade to the Nordstrom's Visa card, I believe. And so, sort of similar process. It takes quite a while to build up that relationship, that history. But they do transition. It's a MasterCard, excuse me. So you can transition to that. So these are underwritten by the same bank. Next up, I wanted to talk about the Walmart store card. So Walmart actually has two versions. So up until September, they were with Synchrony Bank, but Walmart just transitioned to Capital One. So Walmart has a Walmart store credit card and a Walmart MasterCard. And so the MasterCard is a regular credit card that you can use anywhere. This also gives you 5% cash back on 5% discount on all Walmart purchases. So when you apply, you're either approved for the MasterCard. If you don't get approved for the MasterCard, then they'll refer you to the regular Walmart store card. So if you shop a lot there, this is definitely a good option for you to consider. And that's through Capital One. And so the next set I wanted to talk about is Old Navy. So Old Navy, Banana Republic, Gap, and there's another store too. They're all under the same umbrella of companies. And so Old Navy has a Old Navy store card, but then that could also be upgraded after a while to the Old Navy Visa credit card, which is a regular credit card. And so, you know, you can get the store card, like I said, with rebuilding credit, but once you've built up a relationship and hopefully your credit has improved, you can upgrade to the Old Navy Visa card, which you can use anywhere. And it's the same. You could use it at the Old Navy store card. You can use at Banana Republic as well as the Gap, and they all have their own store cards. So you could ideally get all of them, but you know, unless you're really shopping there, you know, I wouldn't recommend it. You can get one or the other, but you can use them at any of the stores. So that's the Old Navy store card. They can convert into the Visa. Next up, I wanted to talk about the TJ Maxx credit card. So this is another one that's under an umbrella. So TJ Maxx, Home Goods, and a couple other stores. You know, you can use this card at any of them. And again, it's very similar. They have a regular TJ Maxx store card, and then they have a MasterCard. I believe you can apply directly to either or. However, you can start off with the store card, and then that will eventually, after you know some usage and building up a relationship, that can transition to the MasterCard. So all of these that I've spoken on so far, if you haven't already noticed, these are store cards that you could eventually get or transition to a normal credit card that you could use outside of that particular store. So in a sense, that actually makes it a lot more valuable because you know you're getting these discounts, and if you enroll in their rewards program, you know you get credit for the purchase that you spend there. On top of that, once these transition, you can utilize it anywhere, you know, Visa, MasterCard's accepted. So that's a pretty good advantage. And then the last one I wanted to talk about, which is probably, I think I'm probably saving the best for last. So that's the Sam's Club. Sam's Club has a store card and a MasterCard as well. So they, in a sense, they actually have 4 different credit products because they have the store card for personal and business, and then they have the Sam's Club MasterCard for personal and business. And then the great thing about the business side of it is that that card is, you can get it without a personal guarantee, and it's a cash credit card, the Sam's Club MasterCard. So you could use that anywhere. Sam's Club is just a great, you know, company to be in with because they have some of the lowest prices on, you know, electronics, food, household items, anything you could think about. You're probably hard pressed to really find lower prices. So imagine being being able to get items from there without a PG. If you have a small business, that could really help accelerate, because not only are you getting low prices, you're also getting it without a PG, so it's not affecting your personal credit. So all of these are store cards that, if you use them strategically, they bring a lot more value. In general, unless you have a purpose for a particular store card, like if you're buying furniture or financing some jewelry or something like that, then that might make sense for that particular moment in time. But these are definitely some options that you can utilize long term, because they have flexibility. You can use them outside of the actual store. So that's all I wanted to go over for this video. If you have any questions, you can email us info@creditplug. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do so. And until next time, y'all take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.